Quickie mother. Joker sucks. It don't fucking suck.
It
doesn't suck at all. Welcome to Askew Citizens. Your boy Stuart Askew.
Darren.
As always, welcome to Clickbait November. We're getting a little jump on things. Welcome if you've never seen the channel. We're coming up on our 1 year anniversary, actually.
Right.
And we're gonna start pushing, let people know we got some good product.
I mean, I don't keep my ear to the ground, but I'm gonna try to for this month in particular.
Right. So we're gonna put in a little bit of clickbait. Might have got you to jump on this. We're gonna talk about the Joker movie. As far as I know, no one on YouTube has spoken about it at all.
No. I mean, it's kind of like a phenomenon. My mind.
Yeah, it's like an underground film that no one's speaking about. So I figured we might jump on it.
Duh.
Talk about how it was awful. Like in all seriousness, like most people, we love the fucking Joker movie. Great fucking film.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a little quickie on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely worth seeing more than once.
Yeah.
I thought the movie, as soon as they announced it, who was in it, I was already like, well, could be pretty hardcore. Scorsese was involved somehow. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's like, he ain't gonna do no silly stuff.
Right.
So it's just like, the potential's there. I'm going to see it.
Right.
No matter what.
They basically flipped Warner Brothers as far as my expectations for what they could put out as a studio. Because this movie is an actual movie, not a comic book movie to where you're trying to set up a whole universe and make more money rather than just a good film.
Well, it changes the perception of what we perceive comic book movies to be today, right?
Right.
No, they had The Dark Knight in terms of like dramatic.
We've had Logan, where you had like a character movie that was like basically gritty and not like happy. When I walked out of Logan, I was depressed.
Right.
And I was like, that movie was amazing,
right.
but I feel terrible.
Right.
Like
Watchmen, Unbreakable, like those are all like comic book themed movies,
right.
Whatever. So this it isn't something completely brand new. I mean, you can use comic material, just like you will with a novel, and have it dramatic, depressing,
right.
Whatever, thought-provoking, whatever. This movie did everything.
Everything.
My mind, it's on the level of, if you guys have seen the 90s renaissance of movies, the writers were the king.
Yes, not the studio.
You know what I'm saying?
Wannabe.
7, we have 12 Monkeys, Fight Club, The Game, Shawshank. Movies like that are just kind of like, this is someone's life's work. Right? This is a hell of an idea.
And the studio looks at it and goes, wow, this is kind of edgy. This is taking chances. Let's go ahead and make this movie rather than, let's go ahead and make this PG-13 and change it. And so the kids can come and see it, and we can have China get in there because we need the China market.
I mean, it's clearly a property.
Shake weight. Shake weight.
It's a property.
I'm just saying, it's fucking shake weight.
Yeah. I mean, this is a property that, you can look at it in a business standpoint. It's like, look, it's the Joker. That means Batman. We can make $1 billion, right? But in this particular movie, they just say they did not care about any of that. No. They went there.
A great movie can make money. And It seems like people may start to get that idea after this. I kind of thought that way after Logan. That was a follow-up to Deadpool.
Right.
A rated R comic book movie can make money if it's good.
Yeah, and then $1 billion doesn't have to be the benchmark. It's gonna make money. If you triple whatever you made it for with Joker, it's like...
Yeah, and what was the budget,
I mean, that's like 66 something, like 60
I'll flash the budget in post, but like, what was the budget on that? You're gonna make a mint, So let's get into the bare bones of the movie. Okay, there are some people that have problems with the movie, and I understand that. Certain connoisseurs, might want to nitpick and that sort of thing. Simple fact of the matter is, it's a great character portrayal of the Joker. And here's my biggest point. I haven't heard this point, but no one's talking about this movie, so if you take any Joker from any other movie or any other format, this could actually be a backstory for that. And I'm talking about even the anime Joker. You go Christopher Nolan's Joker. Go back to the early Batman, hokey dokey 70s Joker. this portrayal
could potentially be the origin of any Joker that we've seen.
Yes, like truly. If you go back to Tim Burton's, before that hand comes out, vat of chemicals or whatever, stop that and just start it from right there and have this be his backstory, this Joker movie, it makes sense.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's just another layer to it.
And there's so many layers. You know?
I mean,
so many people have touched on, even though people haven't been talking about this, so many people have touched on, like, was it real? Was the whole thing a fantasy? When does the fantasy end? When does it begin?
I don't know. I look at it as it's literal. That is what happened. But at the same time, someone can look at it the other way. That's what makes it so good to me. The fact that it can be interpreted one or two ways, you know. And then on top of, like, I mean, did you know that his relationship with the woman was a delusion?
Okay, I was caught up on the fact that he had a black love interest. I'm not gonna lie about that, because I was like, wow, that's kind of an interesting take. So when they pulled that twist, you know, spoilers,
right.
No one's been talking about this, and you know, the movie just came out, so sorry guys, spoilers.
Right.
But like when you find out it's a fantasy, it kind of took me off guard. But it was like, he is insane, and certain things didn't add up. Right.
I mean, from the moment that happened, the fact that she was okay with him like stalking her and all that, I kind of groaned a little bit because I was like, that's not real. It's like I'm very, very critical of like relationships in movies, like how like characters get together. Like in The Departed, for instance, like when Matt Damon talked to the woman,
the psychiatrist,
and then they went on a date. I could say I think he laid it down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He pulled some game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I thought that worked.
But the way people can be complex, like in relation to the Joker movie, I was thinking, hey, it's crazy Gotham. You know what I'm saying? She's a single mom. Like everyone's in like turmoil. Maybe she's like, hey, it's one guy showed me attention. Why not?
Right. And, I mean, on that level, it's like maybe it could be believable, whatever.
Right.
You know, because they're both they're living in squalor and blah blah blah.
And that twist is one of the reasons when it comes down to the very end, when he's talking to the psychiatrist, was the whole parade and the riot thing. Was that real?
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of people accept it like you think it was real.
Right.
Like
I mean, I look at it as it was real.
When it got to the end, the first thing I started thinking was, when did the fantasy end?
Right.
Or was that all fantasy?
All of it. I mean, the fact that he said you wouldn't get the joke or whatever, it's just like the whole Bruce Wayne being his brother, all that. It's like, so what we were watching at the very end, it's like, that's the Joker that we know. The guy that's seriously been blowing stuff up, blah, 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 blah. This is just some thought he had in his head while he was whatever in Arkham or whatever. All of that works for me, and that's the reason why I'm like,
the insanity makes sense to the character in just about every format of the Joker that we've seen.
Yeah.
And adding in the choking, the laugh. You know, basically saying he had not Asperger's but Tourette's. A form of Tourette's, to where he would laugh rather than saying like curse words.
Right.
When he's
I mean, the show that like his hysterical laughing that we all know about is actually a mental condition.
A tic.
It's just like,
you know,
like
the spittle in certain scenes where it looks painful. You know.
Yeah, but I was totally thinking, like, said, gosh, I wonder how it would be to have all these conditions that he has, how to get through my day. Could I get through my normal day with all those conditions?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, no. Like,
no, I couldn't. Like, what are you going to do for a living?
Right.
When you have this, like, clutching cackle, you know?
I mean, the whole, like, losing his prescription, 7 medications, it's like...
And that's what brings up the whole... Best Picture Oscar nomination like buzz that's going on. As far as Best Picture, no. Okay, I love movies. It was a good movie. If it gets a nomination, kudos. But Best Picture, no.
No?
I'm gonna have to renege. And I'm gonna do this in post. You know, so it makes sense. It should be up for Best Picture and possibly should win. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a 180.
I mean, dude, because after it resonates with you, it's like, do you realize what you're saying?
Right. Yeah.
This is pivotal.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not like some run of the mill, whatever. This is an achievement.
There was a little more of a conversation that went on, as obviously we switched sides. You know. So yeah.
Well, I mean, once you think about it, it's like, I mean, I would like to see the movie that beats it. That's all. I mean, if there is a better movie, fine.
Right.
That's not impossible. But it's just like, I would definitely like to see that. But like for me, like really, like with all the things that you think about, like when we just keep talking about it, we just keep uncovering more layers, peeling back the onion. It's like it's seriously one of the best movies I've ever seen.
As far as best actor, whew,
yeah,
it's in contention.
Okay,
Joaquin Phoenix, like that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
whether you like the movie or not. Any type of person can watch that performance. If you don't appreciate it, you don't like movies.
He completely disappears. He's Arthur Fleck.
No,
I mean, you do not
Arthur.
see him whatsoever. And I knew that Joaquin Phoenix is like, he's not just a flash in the pan.
No.
He's not just going to do it just to say, oh, I'm just going to make this and then that.
No, he puts in work. He puts in love. You know, he becomes characters.
Right. I mean, yeah, he's played characters that are so like just sniveling and like just deplorable, like Commodus from fucking Gladiator.
Shit, man, I thought he was fucking Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I thought he was Johnny Cash and walked the line. Like the guy gets down for his crown.
We on the Night is just like,
yeah, so you
know.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, best picture, I just want to see the movie that wins. And I will watch that movie that wins immediately.
As long as it's not a mute fucking a fish, you know what I'm saying? I will be down to see that best picture, you know?
Yeah.
And yes, I did see Shape of Water. I'm sorry. Once again, shake weight.
No, I mean, Pan was way better. Pan's was way better than that.
Yeah, so like when it comes to like the Oscars come around and they're talking about best picture, if it gets a nomination, I'm on board. I want to see the competition first.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really do. I mean, it's like if it doesn't win, I'm not going to be upset. But I'm definitely going to see the movie that did beat it. So they say the movie's dangerous, people could get killed over it or whatever, but in no way, shape, or form is it promoting that. Robert De Niro's character was there to show, he was saying, it's like, you still don't have a right to do this and this X, Y, Z.
Right, he was that sprinkled in voice of reason, kind of so to speak.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So like you understand that the Joker is an anarchist, but at the same point, it's not about necessarily sympathizing with his anarchy, but you can sympathize with him as an individual.
Right, because he's fleshed out.
Yeah, he's totally fleshed out. Throughout the movie, you see him trying to be like that good guy, and he keeps getting shitted on.
Right,
you know,
right.
That accompanied with having like a nervous tick and being insane.
Stop bothering my kid.
Before the movie came out, there were all these alerts of like there might be another shooting. It's my personal belief that this character study was so good that even a shooter didn't want to shoot anyone. He's like, man, I gotta see this movie again next week. I can't shoot anyone here tonight.
Right. I mean, how could you?
And by then, like, all the aggression's gone, so, you know, they're not gonna shoot anyone.
Right. I mean, I believe that's funny.
God, we are idiots.
Oh my gosh.
One thing we talked about was the dancing was a great aspect of like the character.
Oh yeah.
The first time you see him doing that dance in the bathroom, I remember in the theater I was like, are we really trying to get that artsy? Really? Okay, I'm still along for the ride. All right. When the curtains are being drawn back.
Right. When
at the final show, the Tonight Show, so to speak. And he starts doing that dance. You totally get it. You've seen it before. You understand the hallucinations. As you were saying, what's going on in his mind when that dance is going on?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Does he have a complete like image or whatever? Does he see the crowd like cheering him on like he did, like what happened on the police cab, or the police car, or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what he saw when he was in the bathroom?
Right.
Like,
is that what he saw when he was in the bathroom? And you notice in that scene, the two people watching him get ready to push him through, they see him dancing, and they have that same look on their face that I had when I first saw him dancing. But we understand it because the movie has brought you into him. And that's one of the biggest case in points I can bring up. They had that exact same look when I saw him in the bathroom in the theater, like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
We understand it at that point, and they're looking at him like, what the fuck is he doing?
Send in the clown.
For me, with all my movie viewing over my whole life, that's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I'm sorry. And that sounds like an exaggeration, but it's seriously. All the stuff they say, the criticisms, all of them are true, and that's what makes them good. Yes, it was dangerous. Yes, it will make you feel like blah, 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 blah. It's pointing a finger at certain groups of people.
Yes.
You know, but in no way is it just about that.
It doesn't beat you over the head with a political motive by any means.
Right.
But it does bring the things to light,
these...
kind of like Fight Club, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, certain things that we need to bring up a mirror to society on.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, I know the 3 guys that he shot. I know people like that.
Yes.
I've worked with people. I've worked with people like that.
We're not saying they deserve to get shot, but given the scenario that took place,
it's something fun. Down, freeze.
That was kind of brought about, you know, by them. You know,
right?
We're talking about a fictional scenario, so you know, in this fictional scenario, sorry, those guys kind of brought that on themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I know people like that. So, like, just on that level, the whole thing with the card, him giving out a card to show his condition, that's a real thing.
Yes.
My friend James told me his mother actually has one because she was a nurse. She actually has one from a patient from way back when. And she never gave it back either.
I'm sure he had a collection, but you know.
But he didn't. I mean, anyway.
Well, we don't know. You know.
But that's just it, though. I believe in that one scene before he killed those 3 guys, he may have been reaching for it, except that lady on the subway never gave it back. So he didn't have any way to tell them it's like he has a condition. So
we need the Blu-ray to come out so we can really analyze this. We'll do like that whole video format of showing you the movie as we talk about it in the background. We're not going to do that.
If you haven't seen the movie, like, come on, just do it. Yeah. Regardless of all the hype and all that, that's all like no. It's really good.
To anyone that has complaints about the movie, 1, you're nitpicking. 2, we understand you might not want to watch a movie like Seven every day. Joker's a dark movie. You know?
It's not fun.
But just like Seven, it is a great fucking film.
Yeah, it's really
Period.
Good idea. Gosh.
Period. It's a lot of preconceptions went down. You know, and that goes for fanboys that wanted a certain thing, and that goes from other people that just expected something.
Yeah.
You know, to quote Rian Johnson, they subverted my expectations, but in a good way. Not a Last Jedi way, but a good way.
Yeah.
You know, and this movie subverted my expectations.
For me, like 12 Monkeys, Empire Strikes Back, my first 1 and 2 since 12 Monkeys came out, right? This might, wow. Okay,
it's not on that level. It's not gonna break my top 3. You know, Solaris, Royal Tenenbaums, and Shame. Say what you want. Anyway, it's not gonna break my top 3. But when it comes to the performance, we now have 4 quality Jokers.
Right.
4 quality Jokers.
For me. For us. You know, because there's no way. Super quality.
Yeah, super quality. Like when it comes to like a just great performance, like what you consider Joker, this guy was flawless. Jack Nicholson killed it. Okay.
He is the most quotable one.
Yes, not he.
Please.
Most quotable is Jack.
It's Jack.
This town needs an animal.
No.
Yeah. Come on.
Ever dance with the devil? Come on.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I don't want to either. It's scary.
It's just a question. Ask that of all my prey.
I just like the sound of it.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
And then you have Heath Ledger. Everyone wants to call him the best Joker. No, he's just at that elite level to where you can't really surpass it. You just kind of, you're there with everyone else.
Yeah, he can be your favorite though, like for sure. He can be your
nothing wrong with
Joker.
favorites. Yeah. Favorites are subjective when it comes to like acting excellence or a character in and of itself. Sorry, Heath is up there, but so's Jack. So when it comes to Joaquin, you know what I'm saying? He's right there at that elite level.
Why, like, the advantage is that he had an entire movie to beat the Joker, where Heath Ledger's only in maybe he's only in like 20 minutes of The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And Jack Nicholson had plenty of screen time, but it wasn't all about Jack.
Right.
You know.
So he definitely had an advantage there. I mean, I guess you can become anybody if you have every single shot in your face.
Right, and it's all about you.
Know, not necessarily though. Was Will Smith? Did he become Muhammad Ali?
No.
So,
oh dear God, no. Dear God, no. Sorry, Will. Sorry, Will. No one's going to see Gemini Man. So you have Heath Ledger, you have Jack Nicholson, you have Joaquin Phoenix. Who was the 4th, Darren?
Mark Hamill.
Yes, Mark Hamill. For those of you all that don't know, he's done the animated Joker like voice for
like decade maybe. Like, but no, like, I mean, he's like
Luke Skywalker.
He's like a ridiculous voice actor.
He is the fourth. He might be the best
one.
Yeah, he might be the best Joker.
You know what I mean?
Mark Hamill. Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely not. You cannot say someone's just better than that, right?
No. I mean, so you got 4 like clutch Jokers. You can have your favorite amongst the 4, but there are 4 that are unfuckwittable, as my boy Lamar would say.
Which one do you like the most?
Mine would be, you know, that would be mine.
I think mine would be.
Really, I can feel that. I mean, you know, we're not in total disagreement because mine is. So it's all good. Yeah.
No. It's just like this movie, just like we needed it. Just like when Tarantino's movie came out earlier this year, you didn't realize, but it's like it was a really good time to have a movie like this come out.
I love how you say we needed this because I really think moviegoers in general can look at a comic book movie. Not just having to be, hey, you fight the big bad guy at the end, and that's
all that, you know.
Yeah.
But really like appreciate, like, say these movies can actually change you. Like, not just like, oh, this is something I like. They can actually change the way you think about stuff. It's art, just like a piece of work or music or whatever. A movie is all of these things put into one. They have the capacity to do all those things. Change your life.
Yeah, and the next time you're walking down the street or you see someone with a disability or someone that's a little odd or like a little scruffy, maybe you'll think differently. Not necessarily that they're a psycho killer, but maybe they've had certain hardships.
Yeah, the movie had the potential to absolutely change someone's, like, the way they treat someone.
Yeah, and that's just good film. That doesn't even have to be in the vein of comic book movie, but guess what? It can be.
Yeah. And it is, and it has been in comics before. It just hasn't been, you know, expressed that much.
So real world,
right?
You know,
right.
So practical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joker sucked.
It's not a good movie. I would never watch it again. It's mediocre.
Is this a joke to you?
This is Askew Citizens. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming up in Clickbait November. Gonna be putting up some jam sessions, episode 3, all types of stuff, guys.
And also follow up on this, Daniel Day-Lewis will be playing Two-Face.
Yes.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman is going to be resurrected to play the Penguin.
Yes, these are things that are happening. Now we have an inside track. Brad Pitt will be playing Clayface. So this will be all in the Joker universe.
Right.
We have an inside track to Warner Brothers.
4 movies.
Yes.
Before the next Batman comes out with Robert Townsend from the Twilight fame.
Yes. Yes.
And now Zoe Kravitz is going to be Catwoman.
Those last 2 were real. Good God. Thanks for tuning in for the Quickie. Look forward to new material. Check out some of our old stuff. The next year is going to be really interesting. Askew Citizens. Bye.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?